Earlier this year, we watched an inorganic campaign to make Kingdom Come Deliverance II the game of the year. It got so crazy that, of course, influencers, YouTubers, and the like tried to cancel me hard just for questioning the game because there are a lot of woke elements to it. It turned out that we were vindicated. Later in the year, Daniel Vavra, the guy who created the game, admitted that Embracer Group, the group that he works for now, a giant corporation that is like a BlackRock level crazy thing, did insert DEI consultants into the game to put this type of stuff into the game to make it a skin suit of the first game. I never got any apologies, nothing like that. I'm not going to hold my breath. We had people like Smash JT and Endymion calling me a white supremacist and a racist for just noticing that the game, a historical game in medieval Bohemia, just inserted black people and gay people into spots where it wasn't supposed to be. Now, when it was Assassin's Creed Shadows, it was, this is terrible, this is woke, this is slop. These guys obviously were paid by Embracer Group to, of course, support this game. The Access Media has been doing similar, and this is how it's worked across the board. Since 2014, since Gamergate first started, we started looking at things, coordinated media narratives. It was an ethics in gaming journalism situation, and this is exactly what happened with KDC2 across the board. It's happening again now because this video game is actually getting all these awards, sweeping everything, game of the year. It's really, really weird. It's really, really coordinated. And of course, nobody's reporting on it because unless you just go along with the flow, go along with the narrative, you get canceled. That's how things work these days. So let's look at this and then also remind everybody just how bad Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is. Please hit the like and subscribe button. This is the only real place. We don't take any sponsorships or anything like that. We don't have any access media. None of these companies give us advanced games or anything. We are doing this on our own. This is true independent media that's actually verifying what we say. We're actually doing all the research ourselves. Nobody else does this type of thing. So I appreciate you guys for being here and with us all along. It's a tough ride, but the ride never ends. If you've been around since 2014, you know that line as well. So look at this. We're honored to share that KDC2 has claimed 6 grand winner titles at the NYX Game Awards, including Best RPG, Game of the Year, Storytelling, and Game Design. Storytelling's really funny on that level. KDC2 is nominated for the Golden Joysticks Game of the Year, PC Game of the Year, as Henry, etc. on this. And then it is now free to play for a limited time on Steam and Xbox as they're trying to push these awards seasons through here as well. A top spot, we've been named #1 Czech game worldwide recognition out there as well. They just keep going, keep going. All of these award ceremonies are recognizing it. Synth Potato, who is definitely one of the Access Media, who is just like really in and shilly for all this stuff, IGN and the like, it's being recognized. Congratulations, etc. Now, Razorfist actually posted a quick review of it. He said, well, I tried. It's not the sociopolitics. It just doesn't have the same mojo as the first. Story never draws you in. Crossbow blows, feels shallow. KDC 1 felt like a medieval life sim. KDC 2 is just Bohemian Witcher. Now, this is true about the game. Everybody who's played it who was not some sort of paid shill was talking about like this was just like not that exciting for what was going on. It's a skin suit. That's what it is. That when corporations take over things, my friends, this is what they do every single time. They take something that's good. They take something that's got a lot of heart to it. They got something that's independent. When they buy that property, you've seen it with Disney and when they buy everything, right? They then turn it and hollow it out and actually remove the core of what made it great. And then you just see what's on there and you go, yeah, it kind of looks like, yes, this is Star Wars and there's an X-Wing, but that doesn't feel like Star Wars to me. And that's exactly what went on with this game. And the real crux of it is the fact that they did hire DAI consultants, the fact that they did add wokeism to it. And this is our article on Fandom Pulse today. So I please urge you to hit the like and subscribe button again, and also sign up for our Fandom Pulse Substack. We write the gaming journalism news and pop culture news in movies, comics, books, tabletop games, everything. Nobody else is covering this type of stuff. Nobody has, the balls to be frankly, because everybody wants to be a part of the pay-to-play Access Media. It's really, really sad. So we've been doing this just grinding every single day, telling the truth that other people will not. FandomPulse.com, guys. It's in the description below. Very important. You can sign up, and of course, there's free memberships, there's paid memberships. We just want to get you reading the news and knowing what's going on, because this narrative that woke is dead and it's gone is an abject lie. So let's remind you, this is the original screenshot that really just made KDC2 famous. Now, when I started looking at this and criticizing the game, Daniel Vavra started going crazy. I never met the guy, never interacted with the guy. He started just calling me Nazi. He started personally attacking me with libelous lies about like my life and my family, all because I'm like, this game, it's looking pretty woke. And there was a big gaslight campaign about it before it all went on. And of course, they came out with the truth that the DEI consultants did work on this. But it all started at the end of 2024. This sequel was rocked by controversy because Saudi Arabia was banning the game for its content. At first, fans speculated what this meant for the game, but it turned out it was extreme social justice and graphic gay sex scenes that caused the kingdom to act. Now, under the banner of Embracer Group, Warhorse Studios was no longer an independent studio. With the extra funding from corporate, it came with DEI consultants, forced diversity, and more. Yet the whole way, creator Daniel Vavra pretended it was all part of the plan. We uncovered this early on. It was revealed to IGN that this was happening, and that there was going to be some gay sex to it. He said, in the medieval world of 1403, Bohemia can be a lonely and dangerous place. So why not make it just a little bit more special by romancing everyone's favorite lord, Sir Hans Capon? Wow, stunning and brave. You got IGN promoting the gay sex in the game, and yet you have these anti-woke influencers saying, it's not woke. Very bizarre, right? And so this was their guide to romancing hands. So we uncovered very early on also this codex from the first game, Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, that says he was likely born around 1388 and died in 1419. It also makes it clear he's underage. It states, literally, he's the underage son of Jan Jessic Patak and Helkiva of Dauba, okay? Literally says that in the game. Now, its opening scene also made it clear that the game takes place in 1403. That means Hans would be only 15 if he was born in 1388. It's possible he could be even younger if he was born after 1388. Now, this is graphic gay underage sex. Yes, it gets worse on this level. So, by the way, this all went up, and everybody went out and attacked us and said this was fake, that we were making this up. They literally put out a patch to the game to remove this from Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 because it was real and it was in the game. But not before Daniel Vavra actually said some stuff about this, right? And so when he talked about it, and they were talked about it, if you decide you want a love scene with Hans, you're committing pedophilia because Hans is 15 years old, you can't make this stuff up. And this is what he said to it. He didn't say, no, that's not happening in the game. He said, imagine that women at the time were married at the age of 12 and had children. They also needed witnesses during first sex. So he's claiming it would have been fine if they were 12 years old, not 15 years old. You see how sick this is, and you see exactly where this is coming from with the social justice left in this. So it continues on in this. He says, if you're aiming for historical accuracy, why are there no children in the game? Because they could be killed. Killing them is bad, but having sex with them is fine? Okay, bud. There are no children, but Capon is a child, and you seem kind of lost. So he's the only child in the game, and coincidentally, it's also possible to have sex with him. You were lost when you designed the game. So in addition to this DEI scandal, which was so big, so egregious, so gross, that everybody really should have been covering this and condemning it, and yet at the same time, looks like a lot of the influencers were paid. It looks like a lot of the YouTubers were paid, and IGN and the like were certainly paid. So we know exactly what's going on with this game right here. This got even worse because there was even more to it. We had this nice fellow, a shiny black guy who's smarter than everybody else in Bohemian Court randomly. Why is he there? Where did he come from? Well, there's a story behind that, Daniel Vavra said. It's great, actually, that he's there. It's historically accurate, even though it wasn't. Very funny. So he went off on this before, saying that they were once again in the middle of a rather bizarre culture war with scare quotes, this time from the opposite side than usual. Here's a statement. I'd hate to spoil it. He says the game's exactly how he wanted it to be. Embracer Group wanted it to be with the DEI consultants. No one tried to influence me as an artist. Then he lied about that because they had DEI consultants. And anyone who knows me knows I wouldn't let them anyway. Every character in the game has a very clear reason to be there where they are, including a black guy and a gays in Bohemian Court. You'll understand when you play the game. Yeah, you'll understand it. Just accept it. Accept the DEI. At the same time, it's a role-playing game. It's purely up to the player, the decisions. I don't want to spoil the plot, the important events and roles of some of the characters for anyone, so you'll have to see for yourself. That's it. Now, this got weirder. Of course, once it was on Steam, players started getting banned on their Steam for homophobia, transphobia, and, quote, harmful ideologies. The studio had gone woke on this as it's happening right here. And it got crazier at this. The community managers was talking about this, and somebody was saying, wait, so there's gay stuff in it? And the community manager said that they wanted Henry to be gay in the first game, but there were budgetary restraints. Very odd. It was always supposed to be that way, as it all goes on. So then Daniel Vavra goes out there and starts calling gamers Nazis, as one does, right? So after leftists cursing at me as Nazis for 10 years now Nazis are cursing at me because Saudi Arabia might want to ban KDC because of homosexual scene, and he's laughing about this. He is a Jewish man, of course, which makes this even weirder. Now, this is another portion of the game. There's a full mission in it. When you're crusading in Bohemia, you're going to go and infiltrate the anti-Semites meeting, aren't you? Yeah, this is something that is very much a modernism, has no place in the game, and just shows that this is just a skin suit with bad storytelling, bad gameplay. Everything about it is just a lame copy pasta of the first that really didn't add anything to it. Now, he mocked Christians after this as well, because, of course, we were talking about the radical gay sex and how we don't want to play it. Our crime, don't want to play some radical gay sex and watch this graphic gay underage sex scene. I guess that's, that makes you a bigot, according to people like this, right? And so he says this will be terrifying for some. There's three kings who visited the newly born baby Jesus, the dream of the Magi from Queen Mary in England, and they're all in the same bed-looking thing here, implying they're, quote, gay, which was not actually implied in the painting, but that's what he's trying to, of course, mock Christians with this, which is general. This is what these people do all the time. It's about mocking Christians. It's about hating Christians. Now, he said in an interview later on that he did put DEI into it. He said, I did want to respond to the past criticism, so we added in some elements they claimed were totally normal. We put them in as part of the world, but the way that might be realistically have appeared. And I suspected the people demanding that stuff wouldn't actually like it. The result, the right wing hated it even more. So now a certain group of people were suddenly considered the bad guys, and I don't want anything to do with either side. I've realized I'm a centrist. And so creating this totally bizarre situation where the group hated us now supports us just because they hate the other group even more. And most people are tired of this whole culture war thing. So look at this. You hired DEI consultants. You inserted black people into historical games. You put in graphic underage sex into a game. You have unhistorical, crazy stuff that doesn't make sense in the setting, like root out anti-Semites meetings. And I'm just tired of the culture war. You're tired because you got notice that you did this, you liar. We weren't supposed to notice. We weren't supposed to see it. We weren't supposed to criticize you for this, is what was all happening. And now it's all shortlisted for all these Game of the Year awards. Surprise, surprise. They sold out. They sold out their player base. They sold out everything they did in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. They turned this into a skin suit of what it was, a woke skin suit at that. And then they're getting all the accolades and all the awards from the media. It's all pay to play, everybody. This is all fake, and it's all gay. When it's in the media like this, when it comes from something like Embracer Group, an evil giant monolith corporation, you know exactly what it is. Now, again, nobody else is going to compile this like this. Nobody's going to report on this. We're the only ones who are brave enough to do it, and that's why the Whisper Network tries to shut us out of everything. That's why they try to silence us all the time. That's why they try to get us deplatformed all the time. They don't want the truth out there, but it is about ethics and gaming journalism. We don't care if it's popular. We don't care if the game's loved or whatever. We're going to call out the problems when it happens, and that's why you can trust us to be the most honest name in gaming news. Please hit the like, subscribe button, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Is this your game of the year? Sign up for Phantom Pulse in the Substack, guys. It's in the description below. Really appreciate you being here. We'll be back soon.